Greetings, YouTube. Happy Sunday. I am finally home from church and ready to review a offer on a day that is becoming very common for Kabam to give both unit-based and store-based offers. So if you log into the game, you will see that this offer is, I'm guessing, in everybody's inbox, right? So it is where the economy of the game is going. As I have said many times before, since the introduction of Cavalier Crystals, the economy of the game has changed. Well, what does that mean? Well, it used to be that the offers that made Kabam the most money were the 5-star and 6-star shard offers, and while they still, I'm sure, make them plenty of money, the issue with Cavalier Crystals is that they get 5-star and 6-star champions into the hands of more players faster, but rank up resources are still relatively scarce, and so that means the demand for rank up resources has never been higher. Thus, we used to see an offer like this maybe once a month. Now we see it sometimes multiple times a week between the units and the unit store. Now, the good news is, as somebody who reviews every offer that comes in the game, I've been able to really take note of what the average offer is versus the best offer versus the offer that's below average. And so you'll see 1,500 units is approximately $50 worth of units. Now, if you're a free-to-play player, hopefully you already have units saved up. So the question always is the unit offer worth the units that I've saved up, or hopefully will get with Battle Chip Crystals? Well, here's the deal. It is exactly what we expect for a cash-based offer when it comes to certain things, especially the Tier 5 basic Catalyst fragments. Now, I will say that cash-based offers have actually given you a little bit worse of Tier 5 basic Catalyst fragments in that they usually give you 4,500 for $50 or 9,000 for a Odin worth or 99.99 American. So this is actually 2,250 more Tier 5 basic Catalyst fragments than quote-unquote average. So it's like a C plus amount of Tier 5 basic, but we also know that for 1,500 units, we often see a fully formed Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst, and in this case, we're seeing half of a fully formed. This would be a much better deal. And Kabam, I wish you would just hire me to help market your offers and help tweak them to where they're at least solid B offers for players, because you would sell so many more. If this had the same number of Tier 5 basic and a fully formed Tier 2 Alpha for 1,500 units, I guarantee you'd sell twice as many as you're going to sell today. On top of that, I would have at least 3 Tier 4 basics, so at least you could take, say, that 4-star to rank 4, and then on top of that, I would have at least 5, probably exactly 5, Tier 1 Alphas, because that's how many Tier 1 Alphas you need to take a 5-star up a rank. Besides that, when it comes to gold, I was hoping that they would keep the ratio that they've kept in the past, which is 500,000 gold for $50 worth of units or cash, and then 1 million gold for $100. Unfortunately, the gold is really, really cheap in this offer, and you just get 100,000. So you get a little bit better Tier 5 basic Catalyst fragments than usual, but a lot worse Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst fragments. So I'm going to give this a generous C- to C. This is as average of a deal as it gets. Now, of course, if you are half of a Tier 2 Alpha away from taking your best 5-star to rank 4, or maybe, just maybe, you're only 6,750 Tier 5 basic Catalyst fragments from forming your second Tier 5 basic or your third Tier 5 basic, where you can take that 6-star to rank 2 or that 5-star to rank 5. Well, if that's you and you're in that position, this offer would obviously hold more value to you than the typical player who's just going to be hoarding these resources. Super unhealthily hoarding, might I add, since Kabam Mike continues to insist that such an unhealthy behavior. But regardless, if you aren't going to use these items right away, it's a C- to C. And when I say C, I mean like a 73%, not even a 75%. This is definitely below average, what we've seen for some of the better offers. But speaking of below average, you see this is the Advanced Catalyst Cash, which normally means there's 1 to 2 more tiers. And in today's case, that is certainly what is going on, because, and I should say, as this states, only the people who are uncollected and above can see this C- offer. I thought it was everybody above proven, but I guess it wouldn't make much sense since those people probably aren't caring about Tier 5 basic callus fragments yet anyway. But the second offer is twice the price. Now you're saying it's $150 worth of units. And normally when Kabam has a smart marketing team, which apparently didn't worry about this offer, you have incentives for that second tier that make it a better deal than the first tier. But today's offer is so stupidly layered that they don't give you a single incentive for Tier 2 Alphas or Tier 5 Basic because it keeps the exact same amount over the course of the next offer. In fact, they just double what it is before, but they also double the price. So 6750 times 2 is 13,500. 18,000 times 2 is 36,000, or exactly how many Tier 2 Alpha Callus fragments are in a fully formed Tier 2 Alpha. They just double the Tier 4 Basic to 4 and double the Tier 1 Alpha to 4, and then you get 100,000 gold more, whoop-de-doo, from the second tier. If they really wanted to make it a better deal, they would have, I don't know, 22,500. They would have half of a Tier 5 Basic Catalyst for the second 3,000 unit offer, and they would have at least 1.5 to hopefully 2 Tier 2 Alphas. It still amazes me that for $150 worth of units, you can't even get 2 Tier 4, or excuse me, two Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst fragments, which is only half of what you need to take a 5-star to rank 4 anyway. So that still puts the amount of Tier 2 Alphas that you need to take a 5-star to rank 4 at above $300 worth of a price tag. $300 to take a 5-star to rank 4. That's ridiculous. That's just an insane cash grab of true insanity. So the first deal is a C- to maybe just a 73%. And the second offer is, I would say, a D to D+. Now, people are going to say, Prof, it needs to have the same grade as the first one because it's basically the same offer. Now, if you're going to spend $100 extra, you deserve to have more incentives in that first offer. And because it holds the value at exactly the same for Tier 5 Basic and Tier 2 Alpha, I would definitely argue for the units, it is much smarter to save them for a much better offer. So, happy Sunday, YouTube. Hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, thank you for watching and supporting and subscribing to my Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel.